There is a new Christmas song playing at churches around the world. It's all because a creative worship team is bypassing record labels and getting their music out through the internet. Mark Martin has the story of a unique trio that technology brought together across the Atlantic Ocean.
Worship leader Tim Light's Christmas song, I Adore You, has already been downloaded by 20,000 churches.
But it's just a love song, it's just a simple worship song where people can connect at Christmas time.
Tim grew up as a PK in the UK, and after leading worship there for the past 8 years, this preacher's kid says churches are starting to reach the lost in new ways.
I think it's a really exciting time for the UK church. I think we're really seeing a pursuit for holiness, and I think, the critics and the media, they don't really pick up on some of these new churches that are really growing, and we're seeing amazing things happen.
As God is moving in Great Britain, Tim has caught a global vision through the internet, and it's taking him places he never imagined. Tim not only leads worship in the UK, but also in countries like Malaysia, Singapore, and even here in the US. That's where he's teaming up with 2 band members of American Idol Top 10 finalist Chris Sly. Sly's guitar player Adam Fisher and keyboardist Don Chapman both help worship leaders produce their own music. They use computer software instead of going through multi-million-dollar record labels.
Today, it's just such an amazing time to be alive with the internet and the computers and how you can do music that you just don't have to have a record label anymore and be tied to that.
The trio met after Tim won a songwriting contest on Don's website. Now Tim and Don co-write songs together across the ocean. Tim records those songs in England and then emails his voice track to South Carolina, where Don uses computer software to add in the instruments, and Adam mixes it.
Do you think you guys are going to stay together? I mean, I know you're doing a couple gigs. Is it working out? Yeah?
Sure. Yeah. We have way too much fun for our own good, I think.
Tim's success, which includes his self-produced CD, Resounding, has prompted others to compare him to the next Matt Redman, an accomplished British Christian singer and songwriter.
It's very humbling to be called Matt Redman, but I like to think of myself as, Tim Light as well.
The internet may be producing a new generation of Christian music, but this band of entrepreneurs wants to encourage others that it simply comes down to trusting God with your heart's desires.
One of my favourite verses is Psalm 37. It says, "Delight yourself in the Lord and He'll give you the desires of your heart." And that's just my story, really. I'm just amazed every day at the goodness of God.
Mark Martin, CBN News.